Hello, everyone, and as always, welcome back to Strategy Gaming Dojo, where we find, learn, and play one more turn of the great strategy games. We were live streaming. A lot of that was seen, but some of it was not, and the file was corrupted. Hey, way to go, YouTube. So anyway, I wanted to do a little recap here and call it, episode 114. Now I didn't change it. I just I've still got the game exactly where it was when I stopped live streaming. But I did want to put up this episode, and it looks like I'm not going to be able to put up that live stream as a full video. So I thought we'd go around the map and we'd talk about it. It's April 5th, 1942. It is turn 42. We got quite a few reinforcements. Well, I say reinforcements. We got one division of reinforcements, and then we got several things back out of the reserves this time. Meaning on the map, we've added 79,000 men. The Soviets actually went down this time, shockingly, but they did add guns and AFVs. We added some guns and some AFVs as well. I thought while going through this, I think we can get all the way to the bottom of the map because I've moved pretty much everything that I wanted to move in the north and the center. Um, as you can see, we've got quadruple raindrops out here. Quadrupled raindrops means heavy rain, heavy rain. And if that's the weather on the ground, let's look at the weather in the air. You can see here's the heavy rain. Now it's raining elsewhere. It's cold here. We got like four fronts on the map. Looks like a spider's eyes. If we go to the end of the turn, you can see it all congregates here, and then it's all heavy rain on the map. If we look at the weather on the ground, we've got mud. It's now moved into, the Soviet Union slightly. It's up into Leningrad. So we do have mud. Now see the mud, it doesn't change. I guess it's all going to be the same for this turn. But by next time we should have, given the rain, we should have heavy mud all over the map, which makes it almost impossible to attack unless you have a real big advantage. But you're better off. You really only want to be attacking if you can do a deliberate attack, of course, just like during the winter. But also, you need to have a really big advantage and really be attacking three or four divisions to one. Okay, well, let's go up here and see what the situation was. Now, I mentioned on the live stream, this all looks fine. I mean, it's set up. We're behind the Narva River up here. We're behind the secondary river. What is this? The Plyusa River here. We're in the heavy woods. It would be very, very difficult to attack us in here, obviously. You're going across the river. You're in the heavy rain. You're now in the mud. And if we hover over here, you can always see what's the situation in the hex. And you can see ground, heavy mud, air, heavy rain. And we're now at a 9 water level. So there is just not going to be any attacking going on along this front. The Narva line has held through the winter. What I jokingly called the Narva line when these guys first got back here, they just had nothing left. Now you can see we've got some fresh divisions in here like this one. We determined that a new fresh German division has about 16,800 troops and about 109 artillery pieces, or 109, 190. So this one's a little bit light, but not that light. You can see when everything is repaired, it would be at 85% of its TOE. Right now it's at 76. If we look at the elements and what we're actually missing, or what's damaged, we've got some mortars damaged, we've got some rifle squads damaged, and as these repair over these coming turns, now that we're not dealing with the winter freight problems, instead we're dealing with the mud freight problems, but we're not dealing with the winter breaking things down just because it's cold outside. These things should repair. Now it will be uneven because of the freight, and we actually saw that this division was up here in the north. It almost fully repaired. I say almost fully. I mean, it's supposed to have 190 guns. It's got 114. But it's at 85 of 91. We'll take that. I mean, at this point in the game, that's great for us, given this game. And so we're going to rail this unit elsewhere. I don't feel that threatened up here in the north, at least not yet. Famous last words, but we're double stacked behind a river. We're in the deep woods and behind a river here with two pretty strong units. I mean, this one is at, it will be at 88 if it can repair. This one, not quite as strong, 55 and 61. It's down here holding the flank right by the lake. Lake Peepus. Hey, love Lake Peepus. Um, in the south of the north, we did move this unit up. Now he's still with Von Chapuis. We may want to flip him over to somebody else, but it's not apparent who at this moment. So I'm going to leave him with Von Chapuis, even if he's out of command here. It's going to be almost impossible for the Soviets to push down this way in the mud, in the heavy woods, in the swamp. All of this is heavy woods and swamp out here. It would be very hard for them to mount an offensive. I've got our defensive levels up here, not movement points, defensive levels. So 20, if we look up here, 13, 19, 13. Now that's only showing a 9. Let's hope that gets a little better. We are getting quite a bit of freight into Sonda, although I did move this um, railroad unit. We had Sonda as a super depot. I've now moved those. We've got one in Veliki Luki and now one in Vitebsk. You can see the railroad sign. I moved that rail down here into Vitebsk. It has come up in the comments. Oh, pull back from Veliki Luki. I'm not pulling back from Veliki Luki. It's impossible almost for the Soviets to push through here in the mud. I'm not going to give up this territory, come back to this line, because getting back out here and getting this now, you may say, well, this territory is worthless. Uh, Fair point. This is the toughest territory on the map, I feel like. It's all swamp, it's all woods and heavy woods out here. There's not good freight that makes it out here. It's just not a good place to be. Um, we had a hard time pushing in here when we were completely on the front foot. On the back foot, we've held here. Now, you may say, well, it's worthless land. Why have it? It's not worthless to me. And I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying this is my opinion. It's not worthless to me because as this would collapse back, this salient gets ever more dangerous. Because if they could move into the better territory here, all of a sudden we really run the risk of getting surrounded or exposed. And the whole gambit here is not to, make our nice little line and push out, here like we would normally play. And if we were in a great spot, we would play, let's get everything set up in a beautiful line and go to Vyazma. That's not what I'm going to try to do. What I'm going to try to do is protect with infantry. We're not even going to really, I mean, we will push forward because we'll, have an advantage. But the whole ball of wax at this point is taking these panzers and every other panzer I can get here and pushing straight down here to either Gomel. And if we back up, you look at this again, we've got a lot of motorized that's heading up here to Kiev. This motorized, if you look at where the rail line comes in, now I have been saying Chernigov, right? I was saying we got to get to Chernigov. Is that true? Well, sort of. For the southern flank of where his freight comes in, you could actually cut that right here. I mean, that's what, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, let's call it 8. 8 hexes away here. Now the problem with that is then this comes and then goes up here to Gomel. So really, if we did cut here, I mean, as long as we cut at Gomel, we could cut here, and that's it. That's I mean, all of these units would not have freight if we did that. The problem is there's a lot further to go down here to Gomel. And so maybe the better idea is instead of going to Chernigov, we go here, this rail line. So this major rail comes in here and then it splits in two. It comes down to Kiev. It comes down here and then goes up to, so really in three sort of. The major rail splits in two, but here it goes up to Chernigov, and then here it goes up by, to Gomel. Okay, well, let's think of a different idea, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If we can get here, we cut all of this up from the south. It's not going here. It's not going there. It's not going there. Uh, okay, that actually shortens where we have to go for Gomel, because if you track back from Gomel, what rail lines come in here? Well, it comes from that hex we were just talking about to Gomel. It also comes here from Bryansk, or ultimately maybe here. So down from Bryansk. So instead of trying to get all the way to Gomel, we could either, go to Bryansk straight here. Now all of a sudden that makes that a little shorter journey. Or we could try to come right here. So I think that's what we're going to try to do. And if we could cut those, and that's the whole ball game for me. So, pulling back here so that these infantry units, are in better terrain to push up here. I understand what you're saying, and in a different circumstance, I certainly would do that. But at this point, I want to make sure this does not collapse on the back side of me as I'm trying to push either, like I said, out to Bryansk, um, or out here. What is this called? Gosh, it's a big long name. We're going to call this B Town. That's not that hard, is it? Bakhmuk? Bakhmuk? Okay, I'm going to call it Bakhmuk, just because I like to say Bakhmuk. I really have no idea if that's what it's called. But Bakhmuk is where we're going to head. And then up here, it's either going to be Bryansk, or really we could do it from right here, because everything, you would be cutting all these lines as you come down here. And this coming out of Bryansk is where the heavy rail comes in down into Gomel. As you can see, nothing else comes into Gomel. It either comes here or it comes here. Where could he possibly be getting his freight? Well, if you're looking here, he's getting it from the south up here from Bryansk. But if we're moving down here, we would cut this, right? This would be an intermediate place we would go. And then here, and that cuts every rail line out to every single unit he's got out here. I've tried to count them before. Hell, I don't know. I mean, if you count everything that's around here, I'm going to say 80 divisions approximately. I don't know, maybe 75, it may be 85, but I would say approximately. Well, hell, let's just count them. I've got a little time since I'm recording and recapping here. But let's just, if we counted them from down here, assuming we loop out this way and go boop, boop, what do we got? We've got like 3, 6, 9, 10, 13, 16, 19. Let's count that one too. 20, 23, let's call it 27 or 8, 28, 30, 35, 37, 40, 43, 46, 48, 50, 52, 53, 55, 58, so 60, 64, 67, I mean, I don't know, 73, I may have missed some here. I don't know. Well, it's more than I thought. 80. Let's just call it 80. 81. Now let's call it 80. 83, 85, 90, 93, 100. 110. So for just from what we can see, and who knows what's out here, that's 115 Soviet divisions. That's what we need to win the game. We've got now. Once we cut those rail lines, if we can, their freight situation will become dire, and they will start trying to run back. I have no doubt. We will have every Panzer division that we have in the game up here, and every motorized, that's just the way it's worked out, and every motorized that we have down here. Now, we do have some Panzer divisions over here that we will also try to get up to Kiev if we can stabilize this somehow. So that's the whole ball of wax. So again, to Lucas and others that have pointed out, well, this is just not, if he gets around you, you can't move. Well, he can't move either. And ultimately, this just in some ways doesn't matter other than we can't let the back door get torn down while we're out here trying to do this. Now that's a few turns. I say more, a few turns. It's more than a few turns. It's probably 6 or 7 turns away before the rain stops. If it's anything like the old game, and I believe it is, if we look at the dominating weather map, and so. I mean that's what I'm going to try to do, and so I'm really just not even worried about moving these guys. They're now really going to be able to dig in the mud. They're going to build up those fort levels just so he can't push through here and in any way threaten us from behind. Okay. After that big speech, we move around here. Again, I had already moved a lot of these during the live stream. I came up here just to cap his advance onto this rail, hopefully. I mean, I'm just trying to preserve this rail line to the extent I can. We've held it up into Polotsk and to Vitebsk. Hell, we've even got it all the way out to Smolensk, although if we hit 8, I don't think much is, coming out of Smolensk. We can look, or much is getting into Smolensk on the rail. Well, a little bit did, right? Okay, I'll take it. Vitebsk, I'm now making a super depot. A lot of it's coming out of Polotsk. These guys are just holding. We'll have to try to reform, figure out who's with what and whatever. Right now, we're on the scramble. I don't think that's news to you. We've been on the scramble for some time. As we move down this way and we take off our logistics hats, we've got a bunch of units that are supposedly commanded by this guy. Now, he has tried to move around me here. And what I think I'm going to do here is actually. Now, we're across the river. This is Brest-Litovsk, obviously. We've got Lair Brigade and we've got infantry here. It's a good defense. Let's see who's providing what. Okay, he's providing a 19 on the defense because he's in Brest-Litovsk, I suppose. I think so. He's providing a 17. Let's move the infantry. You know what? I'm actually going to move. Well, let's not do that. I've got the Romanians that I brought up here. Uh, let's move this infantry closer to his guys. So I'm going to move him up here. All right, and I'm going to move. What? That is not what I wanted to do. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, that's okay. We'll figure it out next time. And we'll move the Romanians right here. I mean, they're only a 2, but I don't think they're in much danger there. This motorized, I'll start, trying to move. He's still on the rail line. We can get him out of here later. Okay, same with this guy. Now he's back on this rail line. So that works fine. We've got the Romanians here. We just want to make sure that Brest-Litovsk doesn't get surrounded. That's what I'm trying to accomplish anyway. This routed unit, I'm actually going to use him to come up here and just hope that nothing breaks through. I could also do that with the Romanians, though. Or we could move the Romanians down this way. Actually, that's what I'm going to do. I'll move the Romanians down this way just to try to block off any kind of movement through here. He's going to have to back up um, a hex just so they can't get out and around. Now, and we also have this motor. Okay, that's good. So we could move the motorized there or there. I'm going to put him right there, and I'm going to back this up a hex. So we've got this line. Now then, I'm going to move him. Let's get it on movement points here. He's got 9. What kind of odds is it showing us here? 2.2 to 0.8. Okay. Do these guys really have any offensive capability? Not really. I dare not move them out of Proskurov. Um, We've got that. We've got fantastic. We've got Romanians here. So he's moved down there. This guy, I actually, let's move him back a hex. I know he had a fort level here, but I mean, it's not like he can withstand any kind of hit at this point. Um, you know what? I'm going to actually put him right up here. Just to try to prevent any crossing here. If they keep moving this way, we'll have to move something else down there. As the wheel moves on. Now we do have a motorized unit here. I need to keep him on the rail, but he is a unit that we could move up this way potentially, just to make sure he's not moving through. this area. We could also put him over here, but I want to keep him on the rail. So let's keep him on the rail right up here. Just to, again, it's not perfect, it's not great. It's just trying to hold until we can try to spring our big offensive if we can do it. Now it will get muddy and rainy out here soon, and so their ability to move very far is going to be hampered somewhat. Now eventually here we'll try to get this Romanian down here and hold with Romanians if we can. Again, famous last words, right? Um, Now this unit, I got to keep him from getting on this rail because we've got everything coming to Vinica. Um, we can't really move him. These guys are already so weak. If he moves here, he's still got 6, but he opens up a little spot here. So I think what I'm going to do, let's try to attack him. This is the stronger of the two. All right, let's give it a shot. Hey, boy, we needed that. All right, back he goes. 797, excellent. We really needed that to work. So, um, okay, six, 51st Corps is in 6th Army. I actually think I want 51st Corps in 11th Army. Um, 30th Corps is in 11th Army. Well, I need these guys to stay dug in somewhat. I was wanting to move one of these over into an assault army, but I just don't think that's possible right now. So who is over their limit here? This is 11th. He's got, okay, they're 6 of 9. He's 10 of 9. That's 54th Corps. Okay. He's 9 of 9. That's fine. He's 8 of 9. So they push through here. Okay. Let's actually move 11th Army into Vinica. I'm not sure why he's not in there anyway. Um, I'm hoping this is going to hold. Really hoping. Desperately. Now, 59th Corps. Golnik can actually do mech, and I've got a lot of mech units up here, and I'll have more coming. It's just a question, do I want Golnik? Well, I guess I really don't have a choice. Let's get him off the train. Let's push him off there. Let's push him up here. Actually, no. Let's not do that. Let's bring Reinhard up here. Oh, that's right. Excellent. Wow, Reinhardt can really get way up here. If we put him on the rail and he comes into, let's say, oh yeah, all right. Let's put both these guys on that rail. Oh, I can't put them both there at the same time because now I have 2 units there. Okay, in comes Reinhard. Okay. Off the train goes Reinhard. Okay. Now then, oh, excellent. Okay. So Reinhardt is going to come right here in the middle. That's 41st motorized. Put them in 41st motorized. Awesome. Okay. And we'll put this motorized in 41st motorized. Excellent. Oh, excellent. Okay, cool. And then let's take 4th Panzer, and that is Hepner. Wow, wait a minute. Why is his Hepner is a 4 morale? Holy shit, that's not good. Well, I don't want to move von Manstein, certainly. Reinhard, Kirchner's not the guy you're looking for. Hans Hube. I could do any of these. Van Vettengoff, Schweppenberg, moving them up. On Schweppenberg's looks nice with that 8 on the mech. We could bring in Rommel for 25 points. Do we? You want to bring in Rommel? Put him in charge of fourth? Ah, hell, let's do it. We're having fun with this game anyway. It's completely ahistorical, but that's okay. Let's bring in Rommel. Yes. Erwin, the Desert Fox is in Venetia. Okay. Rommel's on the map. Oh, awesome. We'll take him off the train. He's ready to go. Excellent. And then he's got Reinhard here that's now got 4 of 9, but we're bringing a hell of a lot more. We've got more motorized there. We've got that motorized. We'll throw them on the train when we get enough infantry units out here. We've also got second corps that we can bring around here, and we've got more infantry divisions coming off the presses. I could put the infantry or some of it here. I mean, if our plan works, and we get them trapped, we're going to need a lot of mop up out here anyway. Now, I want to use the Romanians for some of that and who knows what else, but we've got a lot of motorized divisions floating around here. But Reinhard is now on the field. Let's make sure Reinhard has got. No, that's what I thought. Okay, support units. Well, let's actually go to OKH. I guess he really needs to go to Army Group South or at least to OKH, right? Army Group South is way oversubscribed. So for now, we'll have him go to OKH. With Rommel, let's look at Rommel's stats again. 795 with an 8. So he's not much of an administrator, but he'll put you on the initiative. He's got you on the front foot. Pretty good for morale and 8 on the mech. All right, cool. Uh, well, let's see. We need. Oh, why did I want to go to OKH? Well, great question. Let's go to them. I wanted to see if the heavy howitzers. Just wanted to make sure it's motorized. Now, somebody else said all AA is motorized for the Germans. I feel like that's a difference from the old game. I thought some of the AA was not, but evidently that's not true. But this is, of course, artillery, a whole different beast. So let's put that in there. We've got light flak, heavy flak. Let's give him some heavy flak. Shit, I don't even really know what marine flak means. We could go look at that, but we can't do it from this screen. We'll give him motorized light flak as well. Might as well give him the best one we've got. Let's give him 2 of them. Construction, we don't really need that. I wish I had some pioneers, but that's okay. Okay, cool. Let's now. These guys are going to sit for another turn. Let's now attack. You get off the train. Okay. Let's attack right there. And off that goes almost 7,000 men just evaporated there. Somehow we've sort of held here, and as the rain gets here, see that's 62, 67. Okay. Where are we under any kind of a threat here? Really, it's over here is where there's any kind of threat. Um, let's move these guys back into this hex, and let's actually triple stack Germans. There. This Italian unit, I mean, they're just trying to help. I don't really know what they're doing much, but they're helping. I sort of. Um, got a weird command structure out here, but we'll deal with that. I think this unit. All right. I think this unit can actually come up here, get into Kiev, into one of the 2 parts of Kiev. Uh, and this infantry could then move out. What do we have here? 99. Not sure if that's true. Let's hit on Z. 73 we're representing for Kiev now. He could move here, or he could move here. He'd still be able to do a deliberate attack there. Um, let's do that. This is where they're pressuring us the most. So let's get him up there. He won't be in command. Now he's out. Now he's out. Aye! Okay, well, he'll have to get up here next time. Still representing a 46 defense, so I'm not that upset. Let's try to do a deliberate attack with every infantry we've got here, and off he goes. That's 4,000 men. All right. The salient continues to hold. Sort of. All right, so now we've got motorized in there. We will eventually get this motorized unit and move it up here as well as we start to stage for our move to Bakhmuk. We're going to go straight up this frickin' railway and try to get to Bakhmuk, which would cut rail, to Chernigov. And also one of the lines into Gomel. So that's the hex. That's the one. That's where we're going. It's not that far away, but we got a lot of swamp out here. Hell, we'd probably be better off going up and around this way, and maybe we will. We'll just have to see. He's trying to pressure down through here, but now we've got a really nice zone of control up here. These guys are all under 30th Corps. Excellent. Um, these guys are all being commanded from there. I actually wouldn't mind. We'll leave them triple stacked for now. This is where the most pressure is coming from, certainly. Let's actually, let's Z this. Let's try to attack into this airborne unit. All right, off he goes. Every bit of that airborne unit just absolutely shattered there. As we come around, I don't think there's much to do. I mean, there's much to do, but not this turn. The Soviets seem to, I don't want to go that far. I don't know that they're dropping back necessarily, a little bit, but they're not pushing as hard. If he goes here, we get a deliberate attack there. What kind of odds do we have here? 1.5 to 1.4. Okay. Don't love that. It's got a lot of open space here. Let's move this unit around to just block them from pushing any further south here. You can see here's the neck into the Crimea, so it's if we back up, I mean, he's advanced quite a ways down. I mean, they've got a huge pocket here too. If we wanted to try to break these guys over to here and link up somewhere, where's he getting his freight? Well, it's all from here and here. Well, I mean, he there's northern lines coming down, but assuming we're going to make it out to Bakhmuk, it's really comes down from here. We'd have to get to like here and here. I don't know. I mean, we'll have opportunities once the weather breaks. How good they are, shit, I don't know. We'll see. Flieger is not really ready to do much attacking this turn. What kind of odds do we get against the rifle squad? Not good ones. Okay. Just going to just back him up a scooch, a very technical military term, the scooch. I do think, what's his fort level here? 6%. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Let's, I really would rather he go this way than that way. Yeah, let's just keep it every other hex for now. If he starts to move down here, we'll have to figure something out. So he moves back. Of course, our beautiful Romanian cavalry is ready to ride. We've got a fort level there, or probably don't need to move this. Let's go over to our defensive values. It's only a, oh, that's just the one unit. Okay, I was like, wow, wow, wow. The motorized is a 10. He's a 2. Uh, why don't we actually double stack him? Let's double stack these two together. I think he somehow has all of his units in command. Well done, sir. Um, okay, moving on. We got a super depot at Kryvyi Rog. Double stacked there now. We're stacked here now. Now we've got a real mess here. Um, He's an 11. He's a 1, of course. First Romanian armor. Okay. Viking. What kind of odds does it show us? 3.2. What if he brings him in? 3.7. Hey, that's exciting. All right. Let's try to attack that unit. Hey, that routed. Okay, that was 1,000 men. Now let's go back to movement points. All right. I don't want to give up that fort level. Okay, let's do it this way. We'll have these guys stack. Hmm. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, that doesn't look great. Okay, we'll put him there. Now we have evidently some other Romanian infantry that we can put there. Yeah, here he's got some. Okay, let's go to defensive. There are 2 defense. He's a 1 defense. He's a 4 defense. Let's get the one that's a 2, I guess. Although the other guy, they're not in the same command. This is, he's in 1 remaining corps. They're in 1 remaining corps. I guess we could put the first Romanian, let's move 8th Romanian here, I guess. Try to hold them for 1 more turn. First Romanian, let's put him in first Romanian as well. Okay, so they're all under the same command. Uh, okay, I mean it's doing what we can here. 168th ID for some odd reason is in the 3rd motorized corps. What are these guys in? 29th corps. Okay. 29th corps is back here, evidently. He's 9 of 9 right now. All right. I think let's actually put him stacked here. It's not going to add a whole lot. We don't even know what his defensive capability is. He's completely, he doesn't have a whole lot left. Uh, if we click on all 3, what's it showing the defensive capability as? A 1. Eesh. It's a 4 there. It's only a 2 here. Well, let's hope he doesn't attack in there. How about that? We've got 68 overall defensiveness here. That's showing a 30, a 33. Oh, okay. Well, why don't we take one of these divisions and move it there? All right, that's a little better at least. Sure. Um, this is all 29th Corps. 29th Corps. So he's obviously at, oh, he's at 9 of 9. Okay. I think we'll leave most of this the same. Now, these guys, he really needs to get back to the reserves. But I think what I'll do is try to get him back as close to Krivi Rogue as we can, and hopefully he rebuilds from there. Same with this unit. Let's put him back here near Krivi Rogue and hope that they start to rebuild. I mean, this is not good here. I don't think I need to tell you that. Now he could get up into 13th Panzer. I say he 13th Panzer. If I put him here, can he go to the reserves for a turn? No. For some reason, this rail is not letting us get out to the reserves. But I think instead, what I'll do is put him up here in town, and hopefully he'll. Is that? Yeah, okay, that's fine. Um, who's got Panzers? Ninth Panzer's got a lot of Panzers. 13th Panzer doesn't have very many Panzers. Let's put one of the replacement Panzers in here. I mean, they're not great, but there's something. So that goes in there. Wow, he's still only got 51. What are his elements? My goodness, they all got they all got blown away. That is crazy. So he's now got 51 in there. We could try to add more. These guys have 129, 73. Um, All right, the winter's over, so they should, become undamaged very quickly. Okay, this adds a little bit to the defense there in Z-Town. D-Town's looking strong. These guys are actually looking okay out here. We've got, if we triple click, 10, 10, not strong, not strong. These guys hopefully can rebuild and get the hell back over here. Um, Slovaks. You know I love you, baby. 5 on the defense. Hey, that actually looks okay. I'm gonna push. Hmm. Let's put him there. That gives them an overall defensiveness of what? Triple click. A 2. Well, hell, he's sitting here with a 3. It's better than I would have suspected. Let's get these guys behind. Let's get him behind the river. Let's move them to here, though. And then we'll also move him up here. I mean, it doesn't add a whole lot, but it's something. It's men, right? Now then, let's get the Germans moving up here a little more aggressively. Let's get him up this way. Oh, Second Corps. That's where I wanted to bring him. Now, where did we put Second Corps? Is he in Warsaw? I think he is. We still haven't used any of our reserve units. We're going to move them out here at some point. There is Second Corps. Okay. Off you go, my friend, on the rail. How far down here can he? Whoa. How far down here can he get? He can get a long ways down here. I love it. He'd have 67. Well, that's where we're going to put him. Can he get off the train? Wow, he can even get off the train. Okay. And then we're going to put him directly into OKH. All right. He's gonna need support units. Shoot, light flak. We've got. You know what? I'm gonna give him the marine flak. He's down by the sea. That's fine. I don't think I have any mixed or heavy flak left here. We're gonna have to pull that from something else eventually. But for now, it's fine. They didn't have any to begin with. This guy I maybe got a little aggressive with, but that's okay. Uh, let's see. The Romanians will spread just slightly, um, so nothing sneaks by. He is now going to be part of Second Corps. Excellent. He's going to be part of Second Corps eventually. He can get up here a little ways. He can move at least one. He's going to be part of Second Corps. Fine. And then Second Corps, let's just give it a little different color. Set color. I don't know. What have we not used yet? Let's make these guys full on red. Ooh, we could make them like really super maroon. How about that color? I don't even know what that color is, but sure. Set that as their formation color, so we know the Germans are out here. Okay. We'll see. I mean, he's going to get hit here, but I'm just trying to stop this advance through here, and I can't do it with Romanians, folks. Now, these guys may move out here and do some blocking. All right, with that, I think I'm going to call it an episode. When we come back on the live stream tomorrow, which will be Sunday, July 18th, I do believe, when we come back, we'll resolve the turn. I'll also tell you if I did anything offline or what I did, what I tried to hold out here. Um, and we'll resolve the turn and really start cooking on these turns until we can try to pull off our big gambit. That's going to be the fun one. Uh, I'll be biting fingernails for that one. All right, guys. Sorry about the live stream. Here is your Here's my penance. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Strategy Gaming Dojo. Have a good one.